The Burb. They had what's that other band called? Sorry, I'm like fucking burping. That Bittersweet Symphony on there.
Oh, The Verb, yeah.
The Verb. Yeah. And The Blur, Coffee and TV. And they throw you something like Skunks or something different, you know? And that's the only fucking thing that I hate was the fact that there was underutilized soundtrack.
It really was.
It was just, that pissed me off. Even to this day, it just still pisses me off about that. And that's why, unfortunately, I wanted to give it a fucking 10, but it's not. And then again, like I said, the editing fucking. I mean, I go back and I still like. I mean, I can follow the dialect because I love fucking William Shakespeare, so I could follow that real quick. It's even when I was a little kid, like it was fucking funny. I would fucking have to help my cousins practice for plays and shit like that. And I was like, what, but maybe like 4 or 5 years old and like hearing this recite. So, I mean, it wasn't like something out of the ordinary to hear this dialogue and stuff. I know a lot of people do get lost in it. It's not for everyone, the dialogue. What I love is that stayed true to the source material, stayed true to what it was. And it gives you a 1996 feel. It doesn't give you like a feel of like, oh, this is gonna be like a future fucking thing. It was just like, this is something that's fucking amazing, like that.
Like a period piece,
yeah,
for
like a period piece for his era,
yeah.
Exactly. But sorry to cut you off.
Where was this film shot?
Ooh,
you know?
Is that a swamp fact? Because I know.
No, go ahead.
It was shot in Mexico City.
That's funny because Alyssa said that looks like I forget where. She said somewhere in Mexico.
It's
Oh, really?
So if you see the helicopter shots,
yeah,
they take it's called El Ángel de la Independencia, which is like wired in the middle, and they turn it into something else. But all the imagery, all the riot, all that stuff, it's Mexico City.
Okay.
So what was the city, the fictional city called? Verona. Right? Yeah, that was cool. That's a cool fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it wasn't until later on that I found that out, and I was like, well, you could kind of tell it was shot in Mexico City. You could kind of tell even by the vehicles in the movie.
And the neighborhoods.
Yeah, the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And it's funny because like you said, the set looked fucking amazing. Like the set, even down to like the wardrobe, everything looked fucking amazing. Just want to say, John Leguizamo in that fucking opening scene throwing those dancing bullets at those fools was just fucking awesome. That was fucking great. I think that was a highlight of that opening scene. I do not like the TV.
Oh yeah,
that was just like I can do without that.
Super random.
Yeah,
it's like I could totally do without that. I would have liked to maybe if they wanted to do that, maybe just
like an alternate ending or alternate cut.
Yeah,
of the movie where it just
would have been cool, but I do not like the whole it's a TV in the middle and they're closing in on it. I just think it was just really stupid. I really do think that if they wanted to keep the news, they could have just put it on the screen as it is, and then cut to the opening scene and do whatever. That was just like it wasn't necessary. I thought it wasn't necessary.
That's what I'm saying is like. This guy is just like...
He's like, this is gonna fucking work.
This is art house as fuck, dude.
But I think he experimented a lot on this. And, some work, some definitely didn't fucking work. But, a lot of people love this movie. It's a I dare say cult classic. Because a lot of people, even like fucking cholos that I saw today, we're like, oh, are you reviewing Romeo and Juliet? Like, yeah, that movie's fucking dope, bro. Like, blah, blah, talking to me. I'm like,
insane, dude. Insane.
Damn.
In the membrane. Okay, let me say this. So I think the movie had regular dialogue, and it wasn't fucking pretentious the way it comes off.
Yeah.
I think I would enjoy the movie.
It would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
More enjoyable.
Yeah, had they not followed, and I don't mean anything against Shakespeare, because I know, of course, that, I understand why that stuff stands the test
If
of time.
he did write it.
But I do not like them trying to do that in modern times.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
One of the movies I do like, though, that they pull some from Shakespeare is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Because that's, he recites some.
But they play with it.
Yeah.
And that's a movie. I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
Well, I think we all three love that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think had they just gone with a regular script, it would have been a great movie. And fuck me, because this movie made a lot of money, and Diego's not the only one who thinks it's a cult classic. So whatever, it doesn't matter what I think. But having said that, my final score,
Yes.
4 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was gonna be like 3 or 2.
Great, yeah. One thing I did like about this was the transformation of their swords into guns.
Okay.
When I think Leguizamo's gun was the rapier.
Yeah.
I set it on the side, and the other one was I think it said dagger and stuff like that. But I thought that was actually a really cool concept.
And they had the emblem
to transform. Yeah.
Their house emblem.
Yeah, hanging, and I thought it was it's a cool little concept to kind of transform their swords, because they even do say draw your sword and
Look upon thy death.
yeah, just the wording. Some of that stuff is really iconic, and you do feel it, like what you just said. But there's other parts where it's like I'm lost, and like can you just say it normally? But yeah, it's one thing I want to point out. I like the guns. Pretty cool. What else, man? What else?
I don't know. I do have some swamp facts.
Ooh, let's
do
listen
it.
to them.
Swamp facts.
Damn, that's what I thought.
All right. So Claire and Leo actually did not get along on set most of the time for this. Claire Danes basically chalked it up to Leo being immature. And then when Leo found out about what she had said, he said, "Oh, she's just uptight." And it's interesting because I guess Leo actually fought for Claire to get this role.
Really?
Because when they did the table reading, she was the only one to look him in the eyes when they would read back and forth to each other. So interesting how that worked out, right? Claire is actually wearing a wig for the entire film.
Really?
Wow.
And for her underwater scenes, it was a special aquatic wig.
Huh.
Because she's like a dirty blonde, and I guess I'm sure her hair was a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Around then, I know she was doing like Mod Squad and Broke Down Palace, and that's what's weird is that all the movies that she put out around this time were pretty alright. Mm-hmm. And this one's just like
kill me now.
I'm sorry. Baz sent the band Radiohead the conclusion of the film and asked them to compose a track for the credits, which ended up being exit music for a film also featured on the classic OK Computer record for 1997, I think that came out.
Yeah.
So
Talk show host is a fucking shit in this movie.
Most of the sets for this film were built from scratch to help create the movie's overall aesthetic.
Nice.
Leo was the director's first choice for Romeo.
Of course.
This is the highest grossing Shakespeare adaptation so far.
Wow.
I wonder why. Because it's fucking hard to write. The budget was $14 million, while it went on to gross $147 million.
Wow. Leo pulling in the numbers.
Like I said, fuck me, right? The soundtrack contains big bands of the mid-90s, including Garbage, Everclear, Butthole Surfers, The Cardigans, and, of course, Radiohead. And my last one is Roger Ebert R.I.P., notoriously trashed this film, giving it a 2 out of 4. And I guess he said something along the lines of he's never experienced a mess. A mess like this new punk version of Shakespeare's tragedy.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
You have something in common.
I'll end it on that note.
Your spirit animal dick. You want to suck his dick already? We can go fucking go dig up his grave so you can suck his dick.
Oh, Diego.
Man.
So what else, guys? Anything?
How old was Leo in this?
Oh shit, he's got to be early 20s.
Yeah.
Right?
He was like,
Was this before or after Titanic?
this is before Titanic.
Okay.
Titanic was
I wouldn't say
98.
before because it was like a year after. Because he filmed in '95, released in '96.
Basketball Diaries. When was
Yeah.
Basketball Diaries?
I think it was before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good.
That's a
that's a really good movie actually. And then he went on to fucking do Jim Cameron's The Titanic.
which really brought him into like
That one and The Beach, because kind of turned me on to like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
How much after the beach was Titanic?
no.
I mean,
Beach,
how the beach was after Titanic, right?
Yeah, Beach was like 2001, maybe
a couple years after.
2000,
Yeah.
something like that. Very early, but he was still looked older than he was.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I just watched that.
Titanic.
I mean, I hear a lot of people don't like Leonardo DiCaprio, which is fucking stupid to me.
Maybe his. I knew because of Titanic, a lot of people, men in particularly, thought he was just like the heartthrob of that time. And boys, they don't give a shit about that. They're like, oh fuck this guy. But then he gradually started doing all of this stuff, and he's got such an arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and a lot of people don't praise him, but the Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah,
That was a really good
That
role.
was my rec a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a really good role. Really good role. And then he went on to do Tarantino stuff now, but
and Departed, Aviator.
hey, that Departed is
Aviator's
fucking dope, bro.
That might be one of his.
He's good in that
Yeah,
one.
he's. Oh my god.
I'm surprised he didn't win anything for that, dude. Like, I'm surprised. Like,
That's why he was like, for the longest time, he was like everyone's like, this guy's never gonna. He's gonna be one of those actors who never gets a fucking.
I'm glad he won for Revenant.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, "Oh, he should have won for that." Blah 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 blah. That movie's fucking perfect. Fuck everybody.
I just want to say how,
Yeah.
if there's a director that, and then I mean any director that's trying to do any movie, and you need to study Alejandro Inarritu's fucking imagery in all his fucking movies,
Everything. Yeah.
because everything he fucking does is fucking amazing. Like I think we talked about this. We talk about this all the time, but how Guillermo Alejandro and I forget his name. Cuarón. Fucking these three guys just fucking, their imagery is just like way out there, super different, and they create this world where you suspend yourself and stuff. And so I will always praise this. I wish these guys would have been around at that time. I think they would have done great stuff with this movie. I really do believe they would have done something incredibly good with this movie. But there we go.
Anything else, guys? Or are we closing out? Or we got anything else to talk? Anything you guys want to plug?
Game of Thrones.
Everybody knows about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was good.
It was a really good episode. It was. I know. I don't know if you had problems streaming it or anything.
I don't think they did. No.
A lot of people did.
Really?
A lot of people did have problems streaming it.
Too many blowing up the servers.
I bet. But
HBO was like, "Fuck, nerds."
I know a lot of people are complaining about the imagery in this episode because it was
super dark.
Super dark. But then it's like the same people that complain are the same people that are just like, oh, this is too bright. There was